My name is Katherine Briley, and this is my logo portfolio. For all my logos, I go through rigorous stages of perfecting to make sure that the logo both embodies the characteristics of the client's business, but also is unique. It doesn't look like every business of the same kind. I really go for a clean cut, modern look in all my logos, but I also can do a lot of detailed and more illustrative logos as well. This first logo was for a nonprofit organization called Rich Wives, which more alluded to rich in faith for a Christian wife. She didn't want to show off like greed or money, but she also wanted that money aspect in it, but more show that she was rich in faith. So I tried to combine both money and a more religious symbol. The thing I'm most proud about this logo is the background, the gold circle that kind of alludes to Byzantine artwork. This logo is for Boundless Web Ninja, a web hosting company. They have a really interesting brand because they wanted it to be both kind of serious and professional, but also very fun, very almost silly. I made a lot of cartoon ninjas for them. And so we went through a lot of logo designs, but they ultimately chose this one, and I think it really works well for their brand because it kind of evens out the rest of the almost silly, cartoonish other characters they have in their brand. This logo is for a client on a website called 99 Designs. It's a website where people submit hundreds of designs for a client to pick from. Unfortunately, mine wasn't picked, but this was a really good learning experience. This was one of the first cartoon characters I made for a logo, and it really helped me in further years to kind of up my cartoon game, up my logo, fun logo game, and really, I'm really proud of it because I think it's a really simple yet really got the idea of the company across as well. Foster Hanks and Ballard is a law firm, and they wanted an extremely professional logo. They wanted their letters involved, but they wanted it also to be a little bit geometric, a little bit unique, have a lot of subtracted areas from it. So I went through a lot of different fonts, actually hundreds of different fonts, hundreds of different compositions, and this final font I chose was really great because it had this empty space, and I could further the empty space between the letters as well to kind of create that subtraction and geometric look that they really wanted in their logos. This was the logo for my the second rebranding of my company. I went with a kind of a company name instead of branding it myself, and as you already know, I've already changed back to being more personal and branding myself as a person, but this was a logo where I really wanted to allude at designing without being too obvious about it. So I had the subtracted pencil subtracted from these two circles, and it was one of the first times I experienced or experimented with subtracting items from logos, which really have influenced my further work. This logo was for Driven Consulting. Driven is a business consulting company that I've worked with a lot over the years, and I really wanted to recreate something very modern, very slick, almost imitating a business office-like setting, but also show that driven, that passion, that fire to drive forward and get stuff done. So, I used color and used symbolism to imitate that feeling of passion and fire. So she really enjoyed it, and this was for a company that we created ourselves, and this was a business accounting firm, and I really wanted to kind of have a contrast to other business accounting firms and have this fun, cute vibe and show them that, running a business, running an accounting firm can be, something pleasant, not something stiff or, something a little bit more laid back. So I went with kind of like a Busy Bee vibe. The company was called Buzzy. And it was very modern, very cute, almost millennial in aspects if you think of like companies like MailChimp that have more of a cute vibe. This logo was for an essential oils perfume company, and for this logo, she's a very artsy, had a very artsy, cute shop, and I really wanted to show that in the logo, but also show the naturistic elements of her essential oils. So I had this leaf-like tree coming up from the letters that she really wanted to include in the logo, and then also the watercolor watermark to kind of show off the artsy side of her business. This logo is for a school project where I was rebranding a local business, and it was for Atlanta Perfume and Retail. A lot of their designs were a little bit primitive. The coloring was a little bit too much in their original design, so I wanted to go with something very subtle. I really wanted to get across the diverse aspects of Atlanta, was using coloring and using kind of the leaves and almost like a tropical vibe to the logo itself, and used round letters to seem more welcoming and trustworthy in the logo itself. The owner himself is Indian, so I really went to Indian art and culture to kind of get those colors. Thank you for viewing my logo portfolio. Again, if you liked my work and want your own logo, contact me in the contact sheet at the bottom of my website. Thank you very much.